right, the next one's a little longer, but it's in the same kind of, I think, kind of theme, I suppose. It's called Receipt.
I know.
I really don't mean to be a spiteful little man. It's kind of fun, though. All right, Receipt.
What are these drinks you got out there, man?
We've got a High Life. We've got a little flask of whiskey, which is necessary a little bit later on. And a bit of water, which is always necessary. A little, did I say that line? There you go. But, okay, wait. So, Receipt. I sit. All day, 5 a week, 10 hours each. I sit. Not that sitting's trouble, it's nothing. That's the problem. Answer the phone, hang up, write letters, emails, proposals. Shake hands, drinks, and my baby to sleep. Then try to myself, just to end up dreaming about sitting, answering the phone, writing letters, emails, proposals. Shaking hands, drinks, and my baby to sleep. I work in a box, a cubicle inside a rectangle on a block. I live in the same, a box on a grid, with a smaller box out front for letters I send and a code to make sure they get there. Some people live in boxes stacked on boxes like building blocks, built by kids who like playing with the packaging instead of the toys. I drive to work in a box, bought from different kids, ones who like to argue. Inside, I sing out loud and pick my nose like I'm alone. I know I never am, but I forget. Evolution takes time. It's not like I'm lonely. I have a family. My wife's gorgeous. So's our baby. My parents drive me crazy. So do hers. House, car, job, wife, kid, parents alive on both sides. We're living the 1930-something American dream. One weekend to the next, over and over. For what? Saturday and Sunday, Marv snickers. Mouthful of pastrami. He works in a box next to mine. Funny, I tell him, and keep my thoughts to myself. My wife says that's the problem. I don't talk. This is talking, I tell her, and she shakes her head. I love you, man. Marv laughs a wad of sandwich on his sleeve, picks it off and eats it. Seriously, you gotta mellow out. I brought you something. He reaches in his coat and hands me a box. Inside's a dead watch. Thanks, Marv. It's not supposed to work. That's the point. See, he takes and flips it in his pastrami'd hands. Nowhere for a battery. Just set it to something you're looking forward to, for good luck. I put it on. Thought you could use a little more, he winks, stuffing his face with a bite bigger than his mouth, mayonnaise and mustard in the corners of his lips. After lunch, I get back to punching buttons, nodding, smiling. Set my watch for quitting time and leave an hour early. Great gift, Marv's right. Driving home, I watch the streets, lanes outlined to keep things moving, empty stores and chains on every corner. Everyone's so fat these days, but I'm on top of it. Keep my eating to a minimum. Gotta save room for drinking enough to have a sense of humor. Never during the day, though. That's the rule. Maybe I'll start setting my watch for sundown instead. Aren't you going to work? She's putting her earrings in, naked at the mirror. Not today. Rolling over, I look away. 5 minutes later, she's put the baby in the crib beside our bed. Be sure she eats. Mal says she's been sleeping through. She bends down, just like her daddy, and kisses me. Hope you feel better. Thanks, hon, I tell her. I'll be here when you get home. I can't wait. Blowing a kiss, she closes the door. Our daughter starts wiggling right away. Justasia. Her name was her mom's idea. Told her I like justice. She laughed. What's that? Got me thinking. Here's this baby, ripped from her home, cut from the warmth of the womb to frigid air, and she'll never be as close to the truth as right then. Where's the justice in that? So she's just as twisted. I can't go back to sleep. Instead, I get working. Justasia kicks my feet while I stare at the computer screen, watches me sell myself to everyone else. kicking and cooing until the room stinks and she's crying. I'm bad with babies. That's where it starts. My problems grow from there. Can't ever tell what people need till they throw a fit or shit themselves. Even then, I figure it's as simple as a changed diaper, a bottle of formula, or a little rocking to a song about counting. 1, 2, buy me new shoes. 3, 4, more. At that point, I'm tired of trying. Close the door and let her wail. But I excel in business. My job, I do well. Kills me to say it, but I work better at the office. Here at home, I get distracted by what's supposed to mean something to me. At least that's what I'm told. Meaning to me is a mystery, and a mean one at that.
Yeah!
Don't you care about anything? She asks me at the end of the day when I don't. I tell her I do, about her, Justasia, and that's it. Fuck work. I don't want to talk about it and set my watch for morning. She says she understands, but we both know better. How can she understand what I don't say? That's the thing. I talk. Blah, blah, blah. I'm damn good at it. I just don't say a thing and keep nodding at our waiter. Foie gras? Soufflé? Perhaps a digestif? Everything's an ad. We're all the same, some better than others, and then there's the rest of us. Everyone's time comes. Not a number in some lottery, more like a receipt. Life's a laundry list of what's bought and borrowed. In the end, you get stuck with the bill you've already paid. Holy shit. I can get it. She reaches for the check. No, I just thought I was keeping track, that's all. Please. Bending across the table, she catches me staring down her dress. I smile, and she smiles back. After haggling with the waiter over the second bottle of wine, he knocks it off, and we try two in the car. Same problem. I'm too fast, and she never comes. No matter how many licks, she's got no center. I've been working at home since last week. Keep Justasia beneath the desk and rock her with my feet. She's my gas pedal. Starts crying when I stop. Faster I go, the harder I work and sounder she sleeps. Doesn't have to eat till I do. When I get up to piss, I change her. We're a hell of a team. Boss says I'm at my peak, so I set my watch back, keep it right by the bed. Now I'm the first one up and last to sleep. Early birds catch worms. Night owls raid nests, and I crave the taste of both. First thing I do when I wake is change Justasia. Give her bottle and pour a cup of coffee. Then we get to it. She's best if I ignore her. So am I. She gurgles music in her sleep, my little baby Beethoven, rocking beneath the desk. Every note I follow, buy, sell, build, and in the end I've made $1 million. $1 million in a week. 5% for her, 5 for me, 90 for a man I've never met. Works out swimmingly. Except at this rate, I'll have to keep her in her cradle half her life to earn away our debt. Mortgage, credit cards, 3 cars, and student loans. Mountains will climb on the back of Justasia. Her bones are soft. We just have to teach her not to break them. Ooh. Never! My wife's drunk. I could have, if I could have paid for it, I would have. You could. She slams her glass. You could have gotten a scholarship. You could do anything, you're just lazy. Slapping my knees, she laughs. Let's go. So we do. Been keeping the babysitter busy every night since my hot streak. My front seat's stained, but we try every time. I want another baby. She pants, chewing on my ear. That's not helping. But Justasia is. There's no denying it. It's been a month since I've seen the office. Marv started coming over for lunch every Thursday. First, he brought pastrami. Now I make sandwiches for both of us, Justasia on my back. Licking his fingers, he asks if he can hold her. Sure. I bend over and untie her. cradling her body as I hand her over. She's tiny. I pull recycled pastrami from organic butcher paper for round 2. She hasn't grown in months. Doc says it's fine, happens sometimes. 18th percentile though, size-wise. The sauerkraut makes my eyes burn. Homemade now that I have the time. Speaking of, how's the watch? I tell him it's great. Been keeping it on the nightstand, set for sunup. No, man, that's not the point. Just Asia starts crying. You gotta wear it. Since then, I have been. Figured what the hell, couldn't hurt. Set it for opening bell, and it started working. The watch, not the luck. Started ticking. Now just Asia's growing. 6 pounds in a week. She's crawling around the house, rug burns on her knees. Climbs out of her crib and gums my pant legs. Gurgling beneath the desk, she made money. Fat on my lap, she's digging holes. Everything I touch collapses. People hang up before they even answer. Profits invest in debt, debt profits, and my boss calls, says he needs me back in the office. So that's where I am, back in my box. Too tight to move, watching my watch and draining the flask beneath my desk. I break my rule daily. By lunch, I'm drunk. Long night, Marv mumbles through a mouthful of rye. Long life. He laughs wet food from his lips, then turns pale. What the hell's that? He's pointing at my watch. My arm? No, the watch? It's working? Yep, started when I put it back on. It's not supposed to work. He starts wrapping his sandwich. I know, I tap its face, but here it is, ticking. Downing his drink, he stands. I gotta go, and doesn't even shake my hand as he fires for the door. You're never here, my wife reminds me. Even now, she's making dinner, timer on the oven, stove smoking. I pour a beer. I'm sorry. Tell that to just Asia. Mal says all she does all day is crawl under your desk, gurgling, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. How sweet. Sitting on the ground beside her, she giggles me a two-tooth smile. How's she been? Slow. It's true. She's growing, but her reflexes are terrible. I shake her rattle and she stares. I roll balls past her or bounce them off her head and she doesn't move. That and she stopped crying. Not a tear, no matter what. She grabs my nist and gnaw the watch band. I'll make her another appointment. It's her 3rd this month. They can't figure it out. First she was a late bloomer. Now she may never. It's been a week since I've seen Marv. Heard he's been sick, working from home, only he doesn't answer my calls or call me back. Without him around, I've been skipping lunch. Lost 5 pounds in 3 days. Rather, I gave him to just Asia. She's huge, stumbling around the house, calling everything Daddy. The doctor says she has some kind of syndrome. What's that mean? Frankly, she's growing too fast. She's got an enlarged heart and her cognitive development is slipping. And all you can say is she's got some kind of syndrome? She's also a loving 15-month-old baby girl with Justasia syndrome. Telling my wife isn't easy. I do it over dinner. Spoon in our little anomaly's mouth. Start with, the doctor said we should feed her less, which isn't true. We spend the rest of the night talking about her diet, how we're gonna tell Mal to cut back on the sweets, Jell-O and chocolate pudding, try to get her more exercise. For the first time in years, we're on the same page. Our daughter needs us. Beach belly first on the floor. We kiss, rip into each other, and fuck right there on the sofa. In front of our broken baby, we try to make another. Only this time I can't. Rock hard for an hour, we try till we're sore, and catch Justasia watching. Since then, I can't sleep. Tick-tock. 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 All night, night after night without a battery. Bed's become my second office. Sex another investment. Here, like this, ass in the air, my wife's got her nose in a magazine. Instead of staring at porn, though, it's a diagram of a uterus. And Justasia. She follows me everywhere. I can't escape. Every time I get a hard-on, I see my baby girl's fat face staring back. Daddy. You should take a vacation, my wife tells me after my nightly deposit, fingering my wrist at the watch. No work, just time for us, you and Justasia. Next morning, my boss calls a 3-hour meeting to discuss the second quarter, and I barely make it through the first half before telling him I need some time off. Tell me about it. Sweating, he adjusts his hair. You're killing us. I was thinking 2, maybe 3 weeks. Take 3. After 1, I'm rested enough to take care of Justasia, but she's too big for her crib and I'm done sitting, so I carry her around the house. Without her gurgling Beethoven, I can't make a cent. Instead, we pace the place till everything's Daddy. I put her in my chair and she starts smacking the keyboard like a piano, poking the screen. That's when it happens. We eradicate debt. No phone calls, no transfers. She points, I click, and there it goes. Poof. Gone. Back in black. We wipe our own first. Clear the mortgage, wedding rings, student loans, honeymoon, and cars. Mom and Dad are next. Surgeries, new house, bad investments. After them, the in-laws art collection. Then our friends, starting with Marv. We buy out everyone I've known since grade school whose name I can remember. Only like I said, we don't use money. It's justice. Is that what you call this? My boss wheezes in my earpiece. I'm sorry. You damn well better be. We're broke. Belly up. I'm at home, remember? On vacation. I don't give a shit where you are. Your name's all over this. Sign me off then. What? I'm done. Silence. I quit. That's it. It's over. Hang up and that's that. Boss keeps calling, so I unplug the phone. Throw my cell in the toilet and play with Justasia, crawling the house till there's holes in my knees. Cleaning the kitchen after dinner, I tell my wife what happened, about our debt and quitting. She smiles, scrapes her plate in the trash and hands it to me. You wash, I'll dry. I put the stopper in and turn up the water. Hot. Steam clouds the windows. Justasia's dancing behind us, waiting for the Tupperware, and I feel my wife behind me, stomach firm. Careful. Sliding my watch off in the sink, she stands back and inspects it. Guess what time it is? I dry my hands. Justasia pitches a plastic bowl against the wall, squealing. Bedtime? Nope. She bites my lip and starts winding. It's not working. Dude. Laura, Jesse, dude, thank you guys so much. Thank you very much.